students, today we will discuss about the last part of the excretory life process excretion, that is the hemodialysis and excretion in plants. So let us start with our topic. So students, you can see here during what is dialysis, because kidney is a very vital organ. It is a very vital organ because it actually cleans our body. All the waste products clear, which are being deposited by various metabolic functions, are released from our body through this organ called kidney. Now, if this reduces functioning, what will happen? These waste products will accumulate in our body, and finally these waste products will go on accumulating in our body, and finally that will be toxic enough, which may lead to our death. So what should be done? So to avoid this, so why this kidney is sometimes reducing its functioning? Clear, in certain people the kidney is starting reducing its functioning due to, it may be due to infection, it may be due to some certain injury which leads to the reduced functioning of the kidney. And so to get rid of this toxic effect of this reduced functioning of the kidney, the most used procedure is the artificial kidney, that is the dialysis. And there are different types of dialysis. The most common is the hemodialysis, where the blood is purified from the nitrogenous wastes like urea, creatinine, etc. So here we will discuss about this hemodialysis. So students, you can see here what is done. This is the arm of the patient, and there is a tube called catheter is used, which has a needle at one end, and the tubes is connected to the dialyzing machine on the other end. This needle is inserted in artery. The blood is drawn from that artery. It is cooled to 0 degree, and then anticoagulant like heparin is added to the blood so that it may not get coagulated a clot during this dialyzing procedure. Clear? And then it is passed through the tube into the dialyzing machine. Now you can see here, this is the dialyzing machine. So what is there? Dialyzing machine contains different tubes. You can see here lots of tubes through which the blood passes. And these tubes are made up of cellophane, nitrocellulose, which are semi-permeable. That means it will allow the smaller soluble materials to move out. Clear? Like various ions to move out, but will not allow the larger molecules, which there are various pore size, and does not allow the larger molecules to move out. Now, so this is about the tubings through which the blood is passed. Now, what is there in this dialyzing machine? These tubes are suspended in a dialyzing machine which contains this dialyzing fluid. You can see here this yellow part is the dialyzing fluid. So these tubes with semi-permeable membrane containing blood, where the blood is passed, is suspended in the dialyzing fluid. Now what is the constituent of dialyzing fluid? Dialyzing fluid, you can see here, this is the source from where dialyzing fluid is continuously given in the machine. This dialyzing fluid contains almost all the constituent of blood, the plasma, all the constituent of blood plasma except the nitrogenous wastes. Clear? And it has same osmotic pressure that of blood plasma, all the constituent of blood plasma, but nitrogenous waste are not there in the dialyzing fluid, which is there in excess in the blood because kidney is not active. So nitrogenous waste has been deposited in the blood, so accumulated in the blood, so it is excess there in the blood, and here there is nitrogenous waste is more or less zero. So what will happen? As these tubes are made up of semi-permeable membrane, so these nitrogenous waste from the blood will move into this dialyzing fluid by diffusion. So here the nitrogenous in the tube, the nitrogenous waste is more, like urea, creatinine, etc. These are more, and here this nitrogenous waste is approximately zero. So what will happen? These nitrogenous waste will quickly move into this tube through this semi-permeable membrane, and this fluid into through this semi-permeable membrane, and so as a result, gradually the blood will be freed from the nitrogenous waste, and so when they are passing through the tube continuously, they are gradually freed from the nitrogenous waste. Now this blood, which is more or less purified, that means it contains no nitrogenous waste, will be again returned to the patient. Clear? Where the again this blood will make to normal, the coagulant and heparin will be added, and it will again it will be given to the patient. And now another thing is there, that continuously as the nitrogenous waste is moving out from the blood to the dialyzing fluid, it is actually getting more and more nitrogenous waste. So a time will come when there will be no difference. So before that, when the more or less it starts on increasing, the nitrogenous waste in the dialyzing fluid starts increasing, it is taken out, and fresh dialyzing fluid is continuously given. Clear? So that this diffusion can work properly. Clear? So gradually as the nitrogenous waste is moving from the tubes to the dialyzing fluid, this dialyzing fluid is gaining the nitrogenous waste. So a time will come when diffusion will be hampered. So eventually, as soon as it gets increasing, it is taken out and fresh dialyzing fluid is inserted, so that this diffusion process does not get hampered. Here now, so you can see this diffusion process, this hemodialysis is acting like a kidney. It is excreting the waste materials, especially the nitrogenous waste materials from the blood. But can you tell what it is not doing? What we have already done, the functioning of kidney, the functioning of nephron. So what it is not doing? There is no chances of reabsorption. We have in nephron, when we are thinking about the functioning of nephron, we have seen that in lots of places there is reabsorption of water, reabsorption of essential materials. So this reabsorption which is occurring in the kidney is totally absent here. Normally 180 liters of blood regularly passes through kidney, and only 1 to 2 liters of urine is coming out, and rest is reabsorbed. Clear? So 180 liters of blood daily passes through kidney, of which 1 to 2 liters come out as urine, and rest is reabsorbed. But that functioning of reabsorption is absent here. It is only diffusing out the excretory material, but reabsorption of essential material and water is absent here. Another thing is tubular secretion is also not there. So it is more acting as an excretory organ rather, because kidney is not only an excretory organ, it also maintains our osmotic balance. But here this osmotic balance, maintenance of osmotic balance is generally not seen, but excreted as an excretory organ, it is acting as an artificial kidney. Clear? So at first from the artery, blood is taken out. It is passed to the semi-permeable membrane made up of cellophane. Clear? Then it is passed through the dialyzing fluid. Clear? This dialyzing fluid has a constituent of blood plasma, but except the nitrogenous waste. So nitrogenous waste diffuses through the semi-permeable membrane from the blood to the this dialyzing fluid, and continuously this, as the nitrogenous waste increases, it is given out, and fresh dialyzing fluid is continuously given, and when the blood moving through the tubes get purified, it is again put back to the patient. So this is how dialysis occurs. Clear? It is the artificial, it can also be called as artificial kidney, though it does not, it only excrete out the material but does not reabsorb the essential material, and neither it has tubular secretion and all. But otherwise it is as an excretory organ, it is acting as an artificial kidney. And another thing which we want to discuss here also, the plant excretion. Now we know that plant excretion is absolutely different from that of the animals. Clear? We can see here the plant excretion, it is absolutely different from that of the animals. Plant excrete out various things. What they excrete out? They excrete out oxygen during photosynthesis. They excrete out carbon dioxide during respiration. Water, excess water, if water is in excess, it is excrete out as during transpiration. The dead cells like bark, dead leaves, they fall off. Why? Because they contain lots of excretory products. Clear? The vacuoles of the dead cells, it is filled up with excretory products which are which fall off, and the plant get rid of the excretory substances. Numerous excretory substances like resin, gum, these are all deposited in the old xylem, which are not in use for conducting water. They actually deposit these excretory substances which may be released. And so these are all the excretory methods. These are all the excretory methods of plant, and to certain extent a very small amount of excretory substance is also released in the soil by the plants. So there are various mode of excretion in plants. Clear? The gaseous substances are excreted by diffusion. There is transpiration for the loss of water vapor. Excess water is excreted out. The leaf falling of leaf, falling of bark is a mode of excretion. Excretory products are often deposited in the old xylem which are not in conduction of water, and certain amount of excretory substance is excreted through the in soil also. So now we can say that we have more or less completed the excretion, life process excretion, and you go with the whole chapter, go through the whole chapter thoroughly. And so okay, thank you all of you.